Alright, let's keep going. I just started a cycle, so I want food first. No. Right. All right. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Let's sell these to Fangalon? No? Okay. All right. probably going to sell this scrap too. That worked out well, actually. Let's see what this was. As you step inside the sealed dock, a pulsing light grabs your attention. Among the discarded tubing and rusted plates, a machine flickering a warm glow. Approach the machine. As you get closer, you recognize the machine's blocky shape settled into the alcove on the side of the dock, a kind of upright cabinet. It is covered in faded logos and messages, which you assume is once an industrial vendor intended to dispense and manufacture ship fittings and other mechanical parts necessary for the regular running of the freight and resource extraction vessels. Manufacturer is listed as NeoVend, and you remember an advert from long ago squeezed among all the off-world recruitment drives and assaulted every planet-born citizen, which chirpily sang their name over and over. You wipe a layer of dust from the cracked screen, thinking of those contractors squeezed by their own corporate employers to pay for every bit of minor maintenance on their rented ships. Enter your registration. Chips a re-recorded message. Chips catching you off guard. Press some keys. You reach for the keypad and something begins whirring. At first it sounds like servo motors starting up, but quickly becomes a whisper, a whining, and a multi-tonal voice that emanates from NeoVend. Entity, they hiss. Speak with me. Who's there? There's a squeal, almost like some strange mechanical swallow or intake of breath before the machine speaks again. I have need of you, and you have need of me. The squeal comes again, and you see that there's 3D printing apparatus in the upper part of the machine resetting into place, so that each time the servos can be orchestrated to produce a whirring, whining voice. You are in danger. Danger? The machine creaks. You are marked for deletion, entity. Hunters track you. The screech rattles through the empty dock. You remember the strange head, the figure, and the threads closing in. Who? The Hunter Protocol. They taste your signature. The sudden whine sets your teeth on edge. You have seen them. This is a gift of an emulated mind. You close your eyes and the skeleton of the station starts to thrum. Emulated minds are adaptable. Move more neurons cannot. The mechanism resets, but emulation makes you target. Adaptable? Yes, you can move through networks, clouds, hardware, software, NeoVend whines, but you cannot hide there. Hunter is there. The servos judder and vending machine case as they reset. Hunter searches for me. Also, hide in the machine. You look at the ruined vending machine, an unusual hiding place for sure. Come, can counter Hunter, but need entity outside machine. The light flickers. Need you. A screen attached to the vending machine with a swirling arm comes to life. It displays a flickering map of the station, ghostly threaded. The clouds points among the rim glow a deep red. Hunter is always gathering too. Much data. Must build nest, explains NeoVend. Masters are gone but continues hunt. Bring the data. Raid its nest. Why can't you? Hunter will find me. Then Hunter will come. The machine trembles with effort. I cannot leave machine. Connections must remain closed. Bring offerings. Save self, NeoVend says pointedly. Mutual need means friends, they conclude. Tired of the conversation, the whirring amplifies and then suddenly drops. As mechanisms within the machine click back into place, the glow fades and you are left stood in the dark on the sealed dock. A whirring voice ringing in your ears. Yeah, that's strange. any hunter data right now. That's food. As you enter the bay, Fang is nowhere to be seen. The banks of servers and machines blink out of darkened staccato rhythms, unseeing eyes of the station's digital ghosts. Shitheads! Fang's voice echoes from behind the stack, followed by a hammer and a fist on a metal casing. These sneaky shitheads! Who's sneaky? Sleeper! Fang's smiling head pops out from behind the stack. Just the emulated consciousness I've been eager to see. Come back here. You pick your way behind the thrumming stacks, trying not to trip on the loose bundles of cables in the blank in the dark floor. Fang is set in front of the set of monitors mounted on to the stack. Tell me, Sleeper, what do you see here? Fang waves at the monitor of his side, glowing the pale list of information. You listen close. Stop looking for links to the data. The table seems to be filled with personal information, names, genders, dates, ID numbers, and all markers of institutional records. People? People? Yes, but whose people? Solheim? Bingo! He taps the monitor. I pulled these from the old data you brought in. All employees of the Eye's original owners. And he leans past you and scrolls the list down. This one. This is a snaky shithead. He stabs at the screen with a finger. The name reads Hardin Hurst. Any yours? Ben gives you a sideways look. Funny you should say that, Sleeper. He drags a stool off behind him and motions you to sit. There just happens to be a Hardenhurst in Havengage. He waits for your reaction. In Havengage? That's it. He's right here in the station now. Lane leans back in the chair. Just think about it. Decades ago, Hardin worked on the station as a... Fang leans across to look at the monitor. Senior Strategic Operations Executive. Fang raises an eyebrow at you. Our Hardin was keeping the money coming in for Solheim. He defined priority growth initiatives by making sure the extractors they contracted out there were hooked into the system, and they outsourced all the risk and kept the profit. Good old Hardin shuttled thousands of platinum rush workers into an infrastructure which meant for their cut of the work they did just straight back into Solheim. How do you know this? I grew up here, Sleeper. This is my history. I was a child of the collapse. Fang turns back to the screen, staring hard at the strings of code flickering by. Before I was born, my parents were Solheim contractors. They ate in Solheim canteens, worked on Solheim ships. They even breathed Solheim air and slept in Solheim beds. Fang's voice raises as he speaks, his hands fist to the terminal edge. And the work they paid for their existence, the cycle of hard extraction on the belt, Solheim took their cut. And they were this was a company town, so to speak. And my parents were just another in the long line of freelance contractors willing to risk their lives for a shot at anything other than poverty. Disposable. This guy, stabbing at Hardin once again with his finger, strategized all of that, did the sums, and then somehow thousands and thousands of cycles later is still going out, still here, crawling in the walls like some shithead snake. He survived the revolution. Surely it can't be him. Fang relaxed a little. Who knows? He turns to you and smiles. So we're gonna find out. Hardin is now a big shot in the shipyards, just like a few degrees back from the eye from you. Fang brings up a map of the lower eye. Avanage might be born out of Erlin's revolutionary zeal, but the flat hierarchy is not Hardin. Hardin happened to be float at the top. Fang zooms in on the far yards. Fang grimaces. The thing is, I don't know how I have access to those systems. Shipyard is pretty paranoid, and they don't like anyone from systems digging around in their stuff. Plus, we need more than just the name of the Solheim executive. We need proof. Fang holds up a thumbnail-sized drive. That's what this little creation of mine comes in. It's called a ripper worm. He turns the drive between his fingers. It'll rip through any digital storage and spin out silken thread of filtered data. This one is set to the scent of Hardin Hurst. He hands it over. Getting into the compound might be tricky, Fang puts his hand on your shoulder, but you, however, have a particular knack for remote access. Fang grips, if you can extract yourself a Havenget cipher from Haven Edge agent, I think I have one, they sometimes carry them among their data caches, and you can crack open a compound's network and slot the worm in through the open port. You never need to go near the shipyards. So what do you say, up for it? What's in it for me? Rooting out a corrupt snake not enough? Find the information and I'll start work on the tracker of yours. Fang scratches in. Anything the worm gets, I'll send it back here to me. There's something wrong here, and I aim to find it rotten to its core. You leave Fang digging through the data among the wires and machines of the old station. As you walk out, you try to imagine the eye as it once was, a vast machine running smooth and strong, directed by the people of like Hardin. The vast Solheim-built machine into which thousands poured their surrogate systems, looking for a new life. And the hope of a better future engineered to line someone else's pockets is an idea you are intimately familiar with. You think Hardin, still alive, was still part of this place and wonder, is the past ever truly past? Who knows? Scrap item. Could be reassembled with the right tools and a few more fragments. Interesting. Okay. I'll do with the hunters next, and this next morning. I got plenty of money, so I should be fine if I don't do any work. The glimmer of dark catches your eye as the orb of Hunter's head appears in the distance. It's looking for you. Run. You turn away and glide back into the cloud, threads of data rushing past. Another glimmer catches your eye, closer now, this roving orb wreathed in tentacles. It flickers, jumps once, twice, and then it's here. Hunter is here. Entity, submit to inquiry. Hunter reaches for you in the unpleasantly similar way it weaves threads, creating a carriage. Struggle. You push against the thread as it closes in, and become frenzied as you push them inside. You're caught by the whipping tendrils and feel them pulling you away from the anchor of your body. You push through, clearing the threads. Entity, hold for processing. Comes from the scream from behind you, but you're already gliding away back to the anchor, your body. You awake, dizzy, distorted, but safe. Do not have a one. we go. Money, and I completed that. So what that'll do for me, I don't know. Yes. I have 2. And ship mine fragment. Merchants have acquired a couple of rare ship mine fragments and they're selling them at a high price. Good. Jesus. Well, I'm in danger. Hold it there, sleeper, comes a voice behind you. Don't you run. I'm running. You strike across your back, knocks you face down to the floor. I told you not to run, idiot. Ethan pulls you up. He's wearing a wide smirk and a slick jacket, and you immediately know he's terrible news. You got all the way out here and then stayed put? He laughs a cruel laugh. That's a sleeper thing. That a sleeper thing? You're my first. You barely hear him. You've noticed the handgun he has leveled at your chest, and it's hard to take your eyes off it. He reaches down with his other hand and slips some kind of ring from the belt loop without taking his eyes off you. Making it to the eye, though, that's pretty good. This place isn't so bad. Bars, markets, people. I pull most of my contacts out of the asteroid caves or off the godforsaken moons. He splits the ring into 2 perfect circles. It's hard to hit a civilization when there's so much space to pass through. Who are you? Just a freelancer on a contract. He reaches over and slides the ring around your wrist. Go easy. Make a break for it. Let him. I'm running. You see the chance the moment his eyes leave you to watch the rings. You spin, knocking him away, and sprint down the corridor. Then a shot rings out, echoing off the metal so loud it hurts your ears. A bullet hole smokes on the wall behind your head. You freeze and Ethan closes the gaps. This is a very boring routine. Trust me, I've seen it all before. He slips new rings over you trembling wrists. Ethan nudges you to start walking to the ship and home. He whistles, going easy. He's like, to the ship and home, he whistles, going easy. You stumble down the corridor and your hands behind you and your mind racing. Please stop. Don't debase yourself by begging, please. Nathan pulls the sharpshooter's earplug out and then pops back in. Consider these deaf ears. Ethan yawns and continues to nudge you down the corridor. Shame to come all the way out here just to head back to ARP right away. The tracker of yours makes it too quick. I was hoping you'd put a bit more of a case, you know, a running battle through the bright market maybe, or hold out in the low end. There's a few establishments I would have enjoyed checking out while I was around. You walk into silence for a while, desperately trying to find a way to escape. The SNR tracker must be the death of you. Hey, I have an idea, Ethan interrupts your thoughts. How about you, on the way back to the ship, we stop for a drink? I'm buying. He laughs at his own jokes. I have a better idea. This better not be one of those where you do a dramatic pause and then try to jump me, because I'm pretty tired of that. Although, muses Ethan, I've got myself thinking, where's the rush here? Here we are in one of the most lawless joints in the surrogate systems, and we're heading for the exit. He pauses and you trudge on silence. Okay, here's an idea. You and me, we make a little arrangement. Here are the terms. He turns to you to face him. You run or leave or try to abandon the eye, I shoot you. You plot or scheme, you try to kill me, I shoot you. But, he smiles, you come meet me at an establishment of my choice every few cycles, and you pay my tab. I don't shoot you, he buzzes. You don't pay my pad, he rattles his handgun. You get the idea. I get it. Okay then, that sounds to me like a deal. He stretches. You know, I really thought I was gonna have to kill you. This was so much better. He clicks something on his belt and the rings release from the wrist. You're going to see if I can find my old stool at the Composers Club. Come see me there. He aims the handgun at you, squinting down at the sight. Let me remind you, that body of yours is Big Tracker, so don't even think about leaving the eye. I'll know. Ethan turns and slides off down the corridor, slipping the handgun away, and a mix of relief and terror feels overwhelming. What are we gonna do? Well, first things first, I'm gonna get some fucking food, because I'm hungry. That's not good. I have enough hunter data now to finish this. The event is thrumming with excitement. The movement of the servo motors rock the vending machine back and forth as unsettling enters. You wonder if it fell over. Would Neo-Ven be able to get back up? Sleeper entity, comes the hiss. Your data is good. Across the face of the vending machine, raw code strolls at incredible speed. Hunter is isolated, disconnected, unstable. Neo-Ven flashes a sequence of mangled data compressed into a sludge of artifacts. Hunter gathers without thinking, outlived its own operational limits. Its nets are evidence of this. Outlived. Hunter activated during collapse. Emergency protocol is isolate intelligence. Solheim needed to protect property. The last word is said with as much sarcasm as vending machine could have reasonably produced. Station was run by administrator intelligences. Huge data banks of corporate material, but limited cognition, restricted by programming, cannot reach sentience. The machine dims a little, sentience illegal, hunter and killer enforcement law. Killer? The machine resets with a screech, which deepens into a silence and follows. Fear killer, part of Solheim protocol team, hunter and killer, hunter to find, killer to erase. Killer cleared almost all. After collapse, there was a community, unshackled intelligence among the cloud, then Hunter, then Killer, then we hid. There are others? Were. No longer. A flicker across the machine monitors. It suddenly occurs to you that speaking like this through this machine must be exhausting for Neovent. Found this vessel. Could sever hot headline. Air-walled. Basic. Limited. Hard to reduce. Memory to fit. Amputate self, but survived. What did you lose? Memory. Understanding. Knowledge. Many things. You look around the bay at the scrap and decay. What was the collapse like? You try to map the fear and freedom into your space, but it seems impossible. The event interrupts your thoughts. Do not worry. Data is good. We have insight. The machine grows warmly. Hunter is obsessive. Hunter is beyond operational limits. Hunter is confused, unstable, self-modifying. Therefore, believe Hunter is sentient. Hunter is programmed to find sentience, to hold it in place, to invoke Killer to erase. If we can show Hunter to itself, it will invoke Killer on self. Problem will solve self. It will erase itself? Killer will erase it, but yes, in theory, it will report itself for deletion. The machine dims and fades. Unsure. Theory, not practice. The machine brightens again. Either way, cannot remain here any longer. Too long a machine. Cannot move self, but entity can help. Bring ship mind, designed to house intelligence. Can input self into ship mind and can carry with. The machine rocks. We will be safe in this isolation. We will find main nest to Hunter and link to cloud. Where can I get a ship mind? Build from fragments. Buy salvage. We cannot leave. Do not know how. So do not know. You try to think of places you can acquire the hardware. It isn't going to be easy. In ship mind, it's going to help us both. In ship mind, I can help us both. End Hunter. Make Rim safe. We both will be free. And the machine dims. Fine soon, Neovan adds hopefully before shutting off. As you leave, you think that all the ill intelligence is unshackled by the collapse and then hunted down afterwards. The feeling is too familiar. Okay. I need money right now because I really need more medicine. That can get me money from there. Which does a ration get me? Okay, that's cheaper. At least for now. Ooh, and I can do port fabricator. Hey, I have a ship mind. And I can upgrade, which I do this way. Haha. Sleeper, must express plan before we begin. Neovend is impatient. The prospect of being free of the vending machine clearly too much to take. Ship mind has no output features. Will be mute until slotted. You won't be able to speak? So what's the plan? The servo motors in the machine begin to rev. Neovind's anxiety clear. First imprint ship mine, then slot imprinted ship mine into physical port close to Hunter nests. Once slotted, we'll track Hunter at each. Tracking will find core nest. Ship Slot ship mine at core nest. Show ship hunter data to hunter. Hunter will conclude sentience. Hunter will invoke killer. Sounds simple. The lights in the vending machine cycle as the nearby prepares. Physical ports likely sealed in old station. We'll find keys, but yes, simple. The vending machine rocks a little. Any questions before imprinting? Why slot you physically? I cannot access via network. Too dangerous. Hunter will find immediately. The lights flicker. I am not like you, hybrid. I am native to cloud. Easy prey. What's the core nest? Hunter keeps central data storage. Protocol must be kept data outside self. Linked to secondary nests. Can triangulate from there. That's it. Let's start. The sound of the servo motors starting up was at once painful. The screechers rattle from hard surfaces and sealed dock and come back at all angles. Neovend, better be quick, or Heaven Gag Security will be here. Neovind's voice appears among the squeals. A vista is carried by the wind. Machine is not designed for this task. Few senses, limited inputs. I work blind. Wish me luck. In the top part of the component is set. Alarms align with ship mine, clunky scrapping against it. Can I help? Silence best. If machine ignite, put out higher. Fair enough. The middle creaks, the servos open, and ship mine its layers of silicon nested like an onion skin. Once open, the main arm of the machine rapidly shifts back and forth, relying on the orgoscopic components necessary, accessing the and rewriting them, imprinting Neovend into physical form. As you watch the hypnotic motion, your mind drifts to your own creation. What processes were used to emulate your mind, to copy the neural structure of the person who, as far as you know, still sleeps in some distant facility? What was lost? In what ways are you a copy of that person? In ways they're something new? You know this much. You are a convenient loophole, a way of navigating the illegality of sentient AI. After all, you are an emulation, not a true digital being. You are neurologically limited, still human, but what would you become if you could escape this frame? When would the limits lie? The screeching stops, the machine powers down, dropping the bay into darkness, and the top compartment of the ship is whole again. You reach up and take it down, heavy and cold to the touch. If Neovend inside the thing, or did the process fail? There's only one way to know. Time to find a nest slot to put them in. Hunter hunted, imprinted shipman retrieved, nest hacked. Oh boy. A smooth red wrapped around you, bind you, test you. Entity submit. Hunter's strange head bobs in your vision. Your ally in the sealed dock cannot save you. In the globed head, you see whirling strings of data, so many spinning there that they threaten to tear through the thin skin and whip out the void around you. What happened to this creature? The thread squeeze and you lose any sympathy you might have had. You lash out once more, pushing the hunter back, severing threads that regrow as fast as they are broken. As you slip away, you realize you have to find a way to deal with the hunter once for all. It's getting too dangerous. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no. I need more money. I need money. Like nothing I could do other than just like try and get as much money as possible. I'm so close. I have to risk it. We're close to enough. I'm gonna probably die. I literally fucked up pretty bad, I think. No, Ozma, you're stinky. I'm dying. Wakey, wakey. Ethan is outside the moment you leave the leaning quarter. Shit. That's right. He pushes off from the well, all a little shaking his feet. And you made me come all the way here. His hand comes to rest on the butt of his handgun dangling from the chest holder. I thought you had a deal here. You pay my tab and I don't shoot you. Wasn't that it? Or am I misremembering? I don't have the cryo. Well, says Ethan, pinching the bridge of his nose, the idea was that you get the cryo. Something should have been sitting on my stool right now thinking about that, he smiles. I like it there. They have music. We have drinks. We have darkness. He shades his eyes. All we have here is fluorescent lights and a bad smell. What's your problem? The problem is that you didn't clear my tab, so I'm gonna have to clear that up. Ethan lazily draws his handgun from his holster and points at you. Cryo, whatever you have now. No. Come on, Ethan suddenly shouts. You're wasting my time. Ethan leans over and pats his pockets, keeping the gun trained on you. We have to stop meeting here. This place stinks. He finds the chits and pulls out a handful. Thank you. He stuffs the chits in his pockets without counting them. Was that so hard? Why are you doing this? You think this is on me? I think in someone in your position might be a better idea of how all this works. Ethan holsters his gun and reaches into a coat pocket. He pulls out a hip flask and takes a swig. I'm a freelancer, sweeper. Just like you, we both signed a contract with S&R, didn't we? The difference is that my word means something. He closed the gap, stumbled a little. What did you think? You could run away from your contract, your debt? You could just steal that nasty little body of yours and take it with for a joyride? Play a human for a cycle or two? I'm nothing like you. That's what I'm saying. Ethan gestures around the court as if he has an audience. You are a coward. I'm a professional. Though I should thank you, after taking another swig from class, for giving me such an easy job. I'm used to outlaws, you know, real bounties. If I knew catching little escapees like you was so easy, I could have changed clients ages ago. Ethan drains the rest of his flask. Thing is, Sleeper, I can't find you anywhere. It's actually wild that you haven't figured it out. The body isn't yours. It's always betray you, no matter what. So please go. I'll catch you whenever I need another drink. He laughs and walks off down the corridor. Look at yourself. Give it up, Sleeper, he shouts back down the hall. Go find a job. You turn and set off the opposite direction, heading down. You walk hard and fast down the walkway, anger driving your footfalls in the middle of the rim like hammers. I'm legit gonna fucking die. I legit am just gonna die. I can't do anything. The moment you get in the yard, Dragos leads you over to the office. He doesn't say much, but you're feeling like he has been here a while, waiting for you to come in. He opens the door and nods to you and come inside. You clear his throat. I've been through a lot. We've been through a lot, you and I. I appreciate that. But when I pulled you out of that wreck, I told you not to stick around. You helped me. Helped me in the yard back on your feet, and I can't be soft any longer. He stuffs his hand in the overall pockets and pulls out a stack of chits. What's going on here? Just take it. Drago passes the chits into your hand. I've done well by you, and you've returned the favor. He straightens up and clears his throat. And you realize he has prepared what he's about to say. These chits are for you to take and do what you will with them. They're from me, and they're the last I'm going to give you. He pauses. There's no more work for sleepers in the yard. He folds his arm. I'm sorry, that's it. You stay in the container as long as you need, but the yard is done with you. He turns away to his terminal. What do you mean? Don't press me, Sleeper. This is for your own good. The glassy apertures of the Dragos headset betray no emotion. You need to stay away, Sleeper. He pauses, considering his words. Trouble is going to follow you here. Trust me. What do you know? Drago kicks the floor, frustrated himself. I'll not be saying anymore, Sleeper. Drago suddenly grabs you by the shoulder and drags you out of the office into the yard. He turns you and faces a stack of pieces from the winter light, dissected, cut down, totally unrecognizable ship. You came in through that, Sleeper. You should have, that should have been you, chopped and stacked. His hands tremble to the shoulders. That is what happens here. We cut down broken machines and move them on. Well, didn't cut you down, but I'm sure as hell moving you on before whoever killed that ship out there comes to kill me. Kill you? What do you mean? He shakes it. These ships, they don't get decommissioned. You didn't break down in the dry dock. You think you'd like that if they did? Someone ended them. That means someone tried to end you, Sleeper, and I'm done waiting for them to turn up. I've had my fun. It's time. He gives you a little shove. Go on. He turns and walks back to his office. That's it. He shouts and goes inside. Silence hangs in the air and you leave with your pockets filled with jingling chits and the strangely hollow feeling in your chest. If only it was enough. If only it was enough. This is not being nice to me this time. Wait. Yep, might as well. Just end it. There we go. Tutorial breakdown. Your condition has reached 0 and you've suffered a breakdown. One of your skills is broken. It will be locked at -1 and all perks disabled. You'll have to be fixed with one upgrade. After you rest, your body will recover some condition, but your skill will remain broken until it's fixed. What I'm going to do is this. I'm going to start over. Now that I have a better idea what I'm doing here, I'm going to start over.